This is for Virgo. We're going to see what's coming out here for Virgo. All right, that's the first one. First card that's coming out is Libra. Second card that's coming out is Starry Wisdom. And then at the bottom of the deck, it is Court Case. I'll basically tell you what that means in a minute. Here with Libra, it says take a step back and evaluate your life so you don't lose track of who you really are and what you really want. I think this came out before, did it not? Did it not, Kiana? I know you've been here, so you got to let me know if this came out, because if this came out, I want to get a new card. I believe that this came out before. Let me push this to the side. Now, you had Starry Wisdom. I know for a fact, I don't even remember this card even coming out ever, because I didn't even know this was in the deck. So this is a new one for us. Here it says, accept criticism that can help you identify your weaknesses to become a better version of yourself. Now, constructive criticism is from people who actually really do care. They're not coming towards you, talking about you in a bad way, trying to belittle you or anything like that. It is words of wisdom. It is advice. Who you get this advice from, it all depends, right? What you need to, what's some criticism in a certain area that needs to be critiqued, it all depends, right? Okay. But it really is words of wisdom. Now, the fact that this is coming out, that means there is something that you need to know. Maybe it's about this. Okay, Kiana, you saying yes. So let's just think about it. If it has something to do about you not knowing what you want, and someone says, well, Virgo, you're always in this position, Virgo. You're always indecisive, Virgo. Okay, what is it that you want? And they offer some type of wisdom to you. Libra talks about, first of all, Libra is a Venus planet. If we're talking about Venus and love, you're always in some shit, Virgo. What kind of person do you want in relationships? Because it seems like you go the opposite way. Ooh, they may sing, but it could be correct. What is it that you really want? Okay. Venus also talks about wealth and money. How do you spend your money? Are you really good at money managing? You're always complaining that you don't have any money, but you're always shopping. Do you want a stable pocketbook, or do you want this chaos? Okay. What is it that you want? Okay. It's an inner understanding with this starry wisdom. I want to put this to the side because you guys had court case. Let's keep going. This is for Virgo. Virgo. Next card coming out here, it says all night long. It may take a little while to achieve the results that you want, but it will definitely be worth the wait. Okay. I don't know why that's called all night long, but okay. It says sometimes with this one, it can help in relationships when it comes to sex drive, and it encourage arousal or it reignite passions, right? This is funny. It may take a little while longer to achieve results. This is hilarious. Okay. Truthfully, it could be like a bedroom situation, right? Or some of you guys are involved with someone and it's really hard for you to get to that place. And it could just be due to comfortability. Okay, that could be something that you may be experiencing. Okay, but that's a little bit too spicy for the morning time, but that's what came out. But if we're talking about achievements, right, we're talking about certain type of goals, meaning you're working towards those goals, right? And there's certain things that you're wanting, but it's not going to happen overnight. Okay, so that's what we see. Now, you did have court case at the bottom of the deck. It could be an actual court case that you guys have an upper hand with, right? But this one says, any legal matter during this time will go in your favor. Or if you have been wronged, okay, there will be some balance and order that's going to be brought back to the situation. All right. And you pretty much had the same thing even with this Libra card. Libra card talks about justice. The same thing with karma. Okay, things being corrected for you. Let's get it. Let's see what comes out here for Virgo. Depletion. Depletion. I didn't know this was in this deck. And look how beautiful. It's black and white, and she has like this really shiny corset. I love that. I didn't even know that was there. Okay. Here, this is what it says. Set boundaries with energy vampires. Know when to say no. Depletion can come in many forms, y'all. Depletion emotionally, depletion spiritually, depletion energetically, and financially. Why is that important? Because you haven't, something has been imbalanced. And I know it's been imbalanced because it told you to take a step back and to evaluate. You're losing track of who you are and where you're going and what you want. You are losing track of that. Okay? Or you may face that. You may be dealing with someone that is depleted, right? And so here they come wanting something from you. Self-care is needed all the time to replenish your body and spirit. So let's say right now you're depleted. Let's say you're like, oh my God, I'm tired. Like I can't deal with this person. I can't deal with this. Self-care is needed. And you are going to bloom. You're going to bloom. Let's get Virgo here. Oh yeah, something is ending here. And then you have a life path at the bottom of the deck. You can start the next chapter in your life now. Something is changing, definitely. Okay, we're going to find out all of this stuff and what this means. Some of you guys, this could have just happened just recently, or there's going to be a change with your job. There's going to be an ending in that way. There's going to be changing in relationships or ending in relationships, right? That type of thing. Even when it comes down to family dynamics, we'll see what houses come out. We'll see. Maybe there's a change in your home. We'll see. Life path says traveling a new path. Okay. And this may be something that you've been searching for a very long time. A new path, a new journey. And it came out with this ending card, by the way. You can start the next chapter now. And do not hold on to the past. Let's see what this means. Here for Virgo. Starry wisdom. Now let's see why this came out here for Virgo. Why do Virgo need to accept criticism? Why do they need sound advice, wisdom, or advice? Let's see. This is for Virgo. And you know, this is going to, if it falls out in reverse, it's just meant to tell you something. No, it came out in the upright. With the judgment card in reverse at the bottom of the deck, which is crazy because what? That's decision-making skills, right? Someone who actually cares for you. The Queen of Cups came in the upright. So this is someone who actually has empathy and compassion for you. This is not you. This is someone else that's trying to help you make sound decisions when you are having self-doubt about something, about someone, when you have been ignoring the universe, when you have been resisting change. Okay? There's someone who will come in here and they're like, I love you, Virgo. Okay? This could be a healer, someone who is supportive of you. That is who this person is. So this is not anybody crazy. And this, you know, Spirit is basically confirming that. And this is not anyone on any bull crap. This is someone who actually cares. Okay. And let me see why this is. Let me see if there's another card here. starry wisdom for Virgo. Okay, this came out like this. I always do it this way, either way. I can read it both sides then. That's what I'll do. The Seven of Swords always talk about betrayal, lies, someone who is a effing liar. Seven of Swords is more so a liar. I'm not saying that they can't be an actual thief, right? Because it's like they're stealing something. Okay. The thing is it may not be actual material, it may not be things that they're actually stealing, but it's what they're saying to you in order to get it. Lies. But what is also so important about the Seven of Swords? Pretending not to see it. Because we're hitting starry wisdom. This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. It's like, Virgo, please don't ignore that. And so now you're at this place where you're like, okay, I'm going to see things for what it really is. I want to take the advice that the universe is going to bring to you by way via someone who is supportive and caring. You are going to listen. And there are calmer waters, more peaceable waters ahead. We already know because you got ending here. Now, let's go ahead. Let's get all night long. Let's see what this is all about. Which is kind of it can go both ways sexually, but also achieving what you want. But I want to see what this is all about here. You had this in the upright. This is a faded energy. Remember, it says it may take a second for you to get what you want, but it definitely will be worth it. And then the Wheel of Fortune came out in the upright. The turning of the tide, something faded for you to experience regardless of what you feel. Yes, in the meantime, anytime it says something taking time, it's going to be frustrating. You're going to be frustrated, right? Because remember, life is a sandwich from, you got the beginning, you got the end, and in between, there's always, right, some frustrations. There's some good parts, and there's maybe not some good parts, but it's a part of the life cycle, right? But it really is going to be beautiful changes that's going to go in your favor. That is what you see here with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And it's personal closure, because for some of you, it's kind of like maybe it already took a while, because technically this didn't come out in your future position. This came out in your present position, which is making me believe that like you've already had this place where things have already taken a while, where you have this, you've already been waiting. So I kind of feel like this could be, depending on where you are on the timeline, I'm just going to be honest, it could take a second for certain things, but for other things are going to start blooming and blossoming for you. Things are going to start booming, right? But either way, I feel like there's something unexpected that's going to happen here with this Wheel of Fortune that's destined to occur. There is success here. You haven't been feeling successful. There is success that's coming about, okay? Let's see if we can get another one here with the all night long. You have the Five of Wands in the upright. Interesting. Remember, it says it can take a while. Five of Wands talks about obstacles and things that you've been fighting. In relationships, there's always been other people. At jobs, there's always been problems at your job, challenges at your job, obstacles at your job. The Five of Wands, though, is saying you must fight, you must continue to fight, not in a weary way, but in a way that you're going to keep going. Okay? I feel like you've been avoiding something, like you've been trying to avoid conflict or trying to avoid something head on. And now it's like you have to look at this situation, you have to look at this person, this problem head on. But the reason why you didn't want to look at it head on was because you didn't want to feel the feeling of discontentment, or you didn't want, maybe this was an opportunity and you're just not looking at it right. Maybe it's your viewpoint, because remember, the Seven of Swords be having you all over the place, anything making you think all types of shit that ain't even real. It is basically saying you are feeling unfulfilled. You don't like that feeling. So for a lot of you, you've been fighting your own reason. Like, that wasn't right. You should be doing that, right? So either way, it's talking about you. And there has been things that have been getting in the way when it comes down to work and career. But if we're talking about relationships, baby, I'm not liking this. I'm just not. I just always felt like you were left feeling depressed and sad. You were dealing with someone who didn't really have any, they didn't have any empathy. They kind of lacked this empathy. That's just what I'm saying here. Let's get depletion here for Virgo. Let's see what comes out here for Virgo. I love that card. Oh my God. You guys already know how I feel about red, right? Okay, let's see. Five of Swords in the reverse. It's upright though. So here it is again, another 5. It literally says peace will come. But the reason why this will be still in the upright is because some of you guys are going to have to fight to get out of a situation. You cannot lay down. You can't just accept something. You can't just accept it. That's basically what it means. If you want peace, and if you are wanting your energy not to be siphoned, you must fight to get away from certain types of individuals, certain things, certain problems, certain situations. If that just means, you constantly putting in applications for another job, or you ignoring people, you not having a conversation with them, you might have to pray depending on your situation to see how you can, figure this out. But with this, you're going to have to cut something away. But this is technically in the upright. So what does this mean? You are still dealing with people in general who are energy vampires, like I said. It's a one-sided relationship. It's always been a one-sided relationship. Dealing with people in relationships where it is, what is that saying? What is that saying when not like they're only dealing, like it's almost like they're dealing with you because they can get something out of it. Is it strings attached or something? Meaning that like you're only here when I can get something from you. Because depletion is like you're giving too much. You shouldn't feel that way in relationships. Okay? You just shouldn't. And I also feel like you were dealing with somebody who just it was a lot that they didn't have. Emotionally, they were inept. Financially, they were inept. It was just something about their energy that just is a no for me. Let's go ahead. Let's see what comes out with depletion here for Virgo. The Death card is in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles, baby, is in reverse. No, ma'am. Now, see, this is them at this point. Somebody refused to kind of like end this. And I'm not sure if it's you or them, right? Okay, it doesn't matter at this point. But someone refuses to let something go. And again, you're dealing with someone that no matter how much you love them, Queen of Cups, no matter how much and this could be family members as well, or whoever, people that you love, it could be anybody. No matter how much you pour into them, Queen of Cups, no matter how much you pour into them, they're not going to change. They're greedy. So you're dealing with someone who is, I said the word inept earlier, right? That's the perfect verbiage for this person. They are unable to X, Y, and Z, to love you, to provide for you, to care for you in that way. They just don't have it. And you're dealing with someone who's not of a healing element. healing element is like the Queen of Pentacles. They give you everything. What do you need? I'm at service to you in a way, which, a lot of the people who love each other, they do that for one another. This person wasn't doing that. This person was kind of like, yeah, give me, give me, give me. That's perfect. The Queen of Pentacles is perfect for this particular card, especially if it's in reverse, because you are the one that's depleted. Because this person is like always got their hand out in a way. And I'm just saying this, not necessarily monetary wise. It could be that, but it could be, like I said before, energetically, emotionally. They always want something from you. This is why it says energy vampire. They're not of a healing nature. You are going to have to stop with these patterns of benefit of the doubt, because they are doing a damn Kali you on your ass. Is that what it's called? That fighting style? They are beating you down. The death card is in the upright. Yes, finally, it'll be over. But it's saying it's in reverse. That means there's still something that needs to be attended to when it comes down to you and what you are contributing to this type of relationship, family, i.e., whatever. I don't care. There could be a family member that is someone that you are not like family, meaning like if you're in a household with your husband, okay, or it could be other family members. It could be all the above, because it's a ripple effect between your spouse and then family. Something needs to change here. They have bad behavior patterns and you have bad behavior patterns. So something ends. So before we even look at this, devil card came out just like that. I'll read that in a minute. Now you had two endings. Some of you are dealing with a Scorpio, totally dealing with some type of Scorpio energy, or something will be ending in Scorpio season. You came out with that with the water sign, especially with that Queen of Cups. Let's go ahead. Let's get the ending card here for Virgo. Could be dealing with a Capricorn or something. What happened during Capricorn season? Look at this. Why is it ending? This person is not fit to love you. Now, I don't like this too, because some of you, this could have been something dealing with children. And I don't like that, especially if it's a family dynamic. I'm not really liking that, because it feels like someone knows that if a relationship ends, that you're going to be separated from your children or separated from your child. And that part I'm not liking too much. You guys already know how I feel about kids. I love babies. I love them so much. But I'm just, I just feel like there's a heavy immaturity that, with someone that you've been dealing with here. And I do see so much negativity. Some of you are experiencing some negativity for some adult children, but they're still your child, like adult children. And this could be like a codependency that they have on you, or you, what is it called, enabling certain types of behavior, not just with your lover, but also with your children, enabling certain types of behavior here. Let's go ahead. Let's get ending for Virgo. Okay. Strength card. Yeah, someone. This ends, and it's going to take a lot of strength for you to cut somebody off, because the strength card is here. The devil card came out in the reverse. You are recovering from narcissistic abuse. That's what I feel. I didn't see. It's not on here, but it feels like someone who's been abusive, but it's like a narcissistic type of thing, like someone who they're so selfish, it goes beyond the limits of selfishness in a way. Like it can become this crazed energy. It feels more so crazed the way this person's personality is. I don't know. Okay, especially with the devil card coming out, I don't like it. All right, and then not only that, you guys had the Queen of Swords in reverse. That's even worse, baby. Who the hell are you dealing with? Who have you been dealing with? I hope this is not you, because again, this could be you or someone else. I don't like this energy at all. This is rough as hell. Okay, court case could be an actual violent situation here where you had to call the cops or something. Someone who's spiteful than a mother. Okay, the double card coming out, meaning there ain't no stopping. If they want something from you, they'll do it. They'll get it. They'll whatever. I think it's one of these cards that's talking about at all costs they're going to try to get their way, right? And I'm not saying it has to be anything that's just like, where you're like, oh my God, no. I'm saying you're dealing with somebody that's just straight roughneck. I mean, I'm talking about, and that roughneck does not have a color or a gender, baby. Okay, but some of you guys have been dealing with this type of energy from somebody. And you see the reason why this needs to end. So again, your cards specifically says you need to take a step back and think about this. Okay. I'm going to talk about your money for a second. I got to hurry up and go. Money wise, I still see a struggle with your money. Okay. Will it get better? Yes. All right. And I think we've talked about that. That's a part of that Wheel of Fortune as well for you. That it'll get better, especially if some of you guys are in any type of court case or something like that. That could be something that you may win. But I'm not liking all of the money keep coming out. I'm not liking that energy. Scorpio season may be a little rough for you. Or, the end, like Scorpio season now up until, the mid of November, it may be a little rough financially. I don't see you going over going over, meaning to the point that you can't pay your bills. But I do feel like it's going to be a little sticky situation for you guys that should improve possibly around Capricorn season or Aquarius season. Okay. But that's what I see. So this is what I have for you here, Virgo. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell.